What is up, people? What is up? All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really prepare much for this episode of Talking to Myself today. I didn't prepare shit. I'm wearing this obnoxious fucking shirt. I know if you guys listening to the podcast, you've got no clue what I'm talking about, but I have this like all over print urban movement shirt that is just next level douche, complete next level douche. And here's why. I literally, and I'm not exaggerating, this is not made up, this is fact. I literally give zero fucks. Like zero. Like if there was a number less than zero, like in the negatives, I give that many fucks. And I can't overemphasize how much of that I think has led to my success as a business owner, as a human in general, just like as a human being walking this fucking earth, having to deal with other fucking human beings and situations. I just give zero fucks. I don't care what any of you think of me. It just worked out that a lot like me and then just as many fucking despise me. But I just give zero fucks. And as a business owner, I think that is so fucking powerful. Because the second you pause and stop and think about what if, or what is someone going to think of this, or how is someone else going to respond, you instantly lose the power that is owning your own business. You know, me and Joe, Tabaldi were talking the other day about how the benefit of owning your own business is that when you're a 9-to-5er and you don't like your shit, like you don't like your scene, you don't like your job, you can only quit. There's really not a ton you can do about it. You can quit and go find another one. I mean, there's a lot of freedom in that. But as a business owner, when you don't like your shit, you just change it instantly. And so many of us think about change and the evolution of our business with fear. We get scared. We're afraid of what other people are going to think. And I've had moments of that. I had crazy high moments of that when I rebranded this thing. When I went from CrossFit South End to Urban Movement. And what would my members think and my friends think? What would you guys think who've been watching my stuff maybe from the beginning? There was a lot of that. And then I just reached into my pocket and I went to go pull out some fucks and I was like, oh, I don't have any because I can't give any fucks because I don't have any fucks to give. I am lacking in fucks. And in where I want to kind of go with this whole thing, I just wanted to kind of start. That's my opener. All right. So that's the opener. Give zero fucks. It'll make you a better business owner, a better human being. And not in everything. Like your daughter comes up to you and is like, Daddy, I made you this picture. I drew a picture of a doggy. And you look at it, and it doesn't look like a fucking doggy. It looks like a fucking log with fucking tumors all over it. Or it's a fucking horrible drawing. Like, don't give zero fucks about that. Like, pat her on the head, a high fiver, put on your refrigerator, get a tattoo of it on your fucking calf, whatever it is. Like, there's some things you need to give fucks about. And then there's other things, and mainly business, I think you need to give zero fucks about. And I'm going to go back to the daughter thing. Okay, I've got a daughter. A lot of you guys know that. Her name is Gus. That's not her real name. Her real name is Frances, but I call her Gus because it pisses her mother off, and it's just funny. But anyway, Gus, my daughter, that's been a crazy evolution. If you guys who have kids understand that. And I think so much about business now like I think about parenting. And to segue, from the giving no fucks to the kids thing, any of you guys with kids, and those of you without kids, this is going to be super, I think, enjoyable for you. Having kids and owning a business is the same fucking thing. It truly is the same goddamn thing because it's never fucking done. Like, it's never over. When I say over, like you having to take care of it, whether it being your Gus or your business, it is never fucking over. Okay? Like you have a kid and you're like, oh, it's like, the size of a fucking, small puppy. I can just put it here in the dock-a-tot and it doesn't go anywhere. It's like a house plant. I just set it and forget it and it doesn't roll. It doesn't move. Awesome. And then they get a little bit older. And you're like, okay, well, now you're walking around and you've kind of bridged the Venn diagram of your personality and communication, and you're fucking saying no to everything, and you care about what color socks you wear to school, and you're being a pain in my ass. And okay, so like now it starts evolving. And you're like, well, once she kind of like really can communicate and talk, I'll be able to have conversations with her. It'll be so much easier to figure out what we're going to have for breakfast. And then you get a little bit older, and then they want to, argue on whatever kind of fucking breakfast they have. And then you're like, okay, well, when they get older and they can, like, drive themselves, I won't have to fucking cart you back and forth to school, and that'll be amazing. And then they get a little bit older, and now you got to buy them a car, and there's car insurance. And, like, okay, well, once they become old enough and they're out of the house, I don't have to worry about them. And then, you got a fucking 32-year-old who's still on their mom's Verizon plan. Like, that evolution of having a kid, and again, I've literally, okay, I've got one kid. That's the extent of my experience. One Gus at 2.3 years old. I don't know dick about kids. I know I was a kid, and I know it was a fucking drain on Susan's existence for fucking years. I mean, I'm still a drain on my mom's existence, right? It's never fucking over, right? My mom doesn't support me financially, but, like, it's just like you're never done taking care of your kid, just like your fucking business. So I did a podcast maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I had a gym owner, true story, gym owner drops in, okay? Drops into urban movement. That is not uncommon. That happens very, very frequently. However, generally, it's very upfront. Like, hey, what's up, man? I'm so-and-so, and I love your shit, and I've been watching urban movement. I had a layover in Charlotte, so I said, fuck it, I'm going to come get a workout in or grab a cup of coffee and hope to meet you, and it's super cool, and I love it, and if any of you guys are ever in that situation, my door is always open to you. And on this particular day, a gym owner walks in, and I'm working front desk. I'm standing behind the front desk, and I am folding towels. I'm just high-fiving members. We're just shooting the shit. And this guy walks in, and he's like, hey, you're Stu Brower. I was like, what's up? Yeah, what's going on, man? He's like, what are you doing? I was like, working. And he just stared at me. He just staring me in the face. I was just like, so are you dropping in? Are you from out of town? Are you like, is this a what the fuck gym talk thing? Or is this an urban movement? Like, I'm trying to I still don't know the guy's story. He's like, no, man, I own a gym in such and such city. And I follow your stuff, and I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of blown away right now that you're actually standing here behind the front desk. It's like, what the fuck do you think I do? It's like, I hear you talk about all the time how you don't work in your business and how you're able to go ahead and do your little consulting thingy and walk around with your fucking, fucking douchey camera and make your videos. Like I thought that was all taken care of. Why are you working the front desk? And I just looked at him like, bro, like, what, as a business, he's a gym owner. At what point are we ever out of the trenches? Yes, I still get fucking called in to fucking take grenades, and like, front desk girl number 2 called in today, like sick, and she's not coming in, and we don't have anybody. I'm like, well, fuck, I'll do it. Like, what kind of fucking business owner really believes that at some point the business just truly runs itself? And listen, I am going to chalk this up there. Me and every other fuck that looks like me, that sells what I sell and does what I do in the gym consulting, we tell you guys about letting the business run itself, and we do mean it. What we really mean is that you are not needed for its growth. However, you will have to jump back in. You ride the pine, you're on the bench, you have developed key players, first string, second string, but every now and then, there's a few injuries, and you're the fucking next guy up. That's the bottom line. I don't know how else to cut it for you and tell you this. You own a business. It is not a crock pot. You're not going to set this shit and walk away for forever. And there's a few guys in this space that like to talk like, I don't do a thing. I go in for my 1 p.m. class, and then I just show up twice a week or twice a month and collect a check. And I was like, yeah, you might. But my guess is you're a lying cocksucker. That's just a weird guess. Is you're a lying cocksucker. What I really think you do is I think you go in and work out, right? I think you definitely do that. You don't think you have to coach classes. I don't think you're probably necessarily have to push the button for payroll. I don't think you're doing the programming. But don't fucking make, like any successful business owner knows they are, even when they're at the top, they're still a fireman. They're putting out the fucking fires. The business is like your kid. It's never fucking completely on its own. Like, you still constantly have to worry about it. And when shit goes wrong, you are the end goal. If my fucking entire family fucking got into a car accident or something horrible happened, I'd call crying to my mommy. I would call Susan in a fucking heartbeat. Right? Like, I mean, like, that's like your end result. Like, any of you guys know this is, you know, if you have parents and shit, like, you know, when the going gets tough and you've like gone through your entire Rolodex, your wife, your friends, your buddies, your roommate, whatever, you know, mommy and daddy are kind of next on that list, or some relative, whoever you look at as mommy and dad. Like, your parents are like still there to help pick you up emotionally. The CEO, the founder of the business, is always still involved. So when I make statements like, yeah, I don't work in the business anymore, no, I'm not needed on the class schedule. I'm not needed on the front desk. I'm not needed to do all those things. But the second someone gets sick, what happens? Deuce breaks his leg fucking surfing because he loves to surf. Isaac's pregnant. She goes into early labor. And the two new coaches that we're developing fucking get the flu. Guess who's fucking balls deep in the coaching schedule? This guy. Every microgym owner that likes to talk shit like, oh, I'm completely removed. I'm the, you know, that's why you should listen to me business-wise. Where you're only like a handful of people away from being back in it. And anyone who tells you otherwise, again, is trying to create this facade, this persona that they've made it, that they're sitting in an ivory tower and they don't fucking do a thing. I talked about this, you know, in the vlog when I went out and visited Kalipa. I meet Jason at one of his locations, and he was at that day, he had to coach 2 classes in the morning. And then me and him were going to go, you know, run around, look at some of his locations. And he got called back because they needed him to lug a bunch of equipment over to another location. Jason's got fucking, I don't even know how many fucking W-2s that guy's got. I'm sure there would have been somebody that he could have been like, hey, you, take my truck and do this. But he fucking just rolled up his sleeves and did it. Because that's the kind of motherfucker he is. That's what he does. When shit needs to get done, he does it. I consider myself the same exact way. I'm actually really excited because as we go into the fourth quarter, I'm going to pick up more coaching. Number one, Isaac's going prego, or she's prego. She'll be having a baby. She's got all her maternity time off, paid shit. We have that all figured out. And also, as I get closer to kind of really finalizing, we've got the square footage nailed down for the second location and the model and all that. I really want to be in it. I really want to see it's a lot different to talk to Deuce and Isaac after a class and watch it from afar on an Arlo camera than it is to actually be in it. So I am really excited to do that. But I need you guys to understand this is not, it's parenting. The kid is never not, your kid will never not need you. Your business will never not need you. That's the fucking truth of it. And those of you guys who got, you know, bamboozled because someone else told you, oh no, bro, you're going to be sitting on a beach fucking drinking Mai Tais and fucking, you know, senoritas and shit, and just like you're just going to check your checking account and like Stripe's going to show that, you know, an $11 million came into your account today and that's it. Like, shut the fuck up. And also, here's the deal. I got into this because I enjoy the process of putting out the fires. I really do. I enjoy this process. The past 3 years, it's just going on 3 years here at Urban Movement, have been fucking hellacious from this having to start all over. But I love every fucking second of it. Just like parents love their fucking kids. You'll see, and I'm going to give it up to moms. You'll see, because I'm not like this as much, but like, and I don't think most dads are, and I could just be being sexist, but moms will literally, you'll see them, they look ragged. They look like they've been on a fucking 4-day bender of fucking bad bourbon and fucking Coke or whatever it is, and like they're not. They're just sleep deprived. They've eaten like 6 goldfish that their kids didn't eat. They're like, you know, swigging whatever milk's left over in a bottle because they don't have time to feed themselves. They're running them back to 4 different fucking sports. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, having to run and get fucking shoes because they didn't bring the right shoe. Like moms like that do that whole fucking grind. They are, without a doubt, in my opinion, like they're very much like the CEO, but like they grind through it. They fucking kill themselves. They let their bodies go, their health go, their emotional well-being go, their sex life with their husband go, their own fitness. They let it all go. But at the end of the day, you sit down and ask them about the kids, and they do it all over again every single day. They don't care. And again, it's bad to just generalize the moms. I'm just doing that. But that's how I am that's how I think of the business. That's how I think of other business owners should, like how much I hope that you are. I get my fucking dick kicked in the door, here with Urban Movement and trying to figure this branding thing out and losing money and this and that. And I wouldn't trade it for the fucking world. I'll go fucking home with fucking just exhausted, ready to wake up and do it again the next day because I love the process. Parents love the process of raising their kids. They love seeing them, like even though you fucked it up, you got it right. You fucking bunny looped the goddamn knot in your shoe. Congrats, Johnny. Like, fuck yeah. That makes their entire fucking day. Again, I'm just trying to draw these parallels that I've been seeing between parenting and the business. And, another big one I've really seen. And so my kid, Gus, she goes to this school, and I gotta say, we don't belong there. This is like this fucking 1%ers, it's insane. Like every mom's walking in with fucking golden gooses, like designer sneakers, really expensive shit for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about. Fucking every fucking pimped out Tahoe and fucking Porsche, fucking SUV and Tesla. And then, there's me rolling up after my 5:30 a.m. workout with a backwards hat and a fucking whatever in my bag, and I'm riding a fucking skateboard, and I've got Gus, and they're like, who the fuck is this this fucking schmuck? But it's so funny because I go there and you hang out, or you kind of socialize a little bit, enough to be polite, and you hear the things that parents do and care about, and some of these parents, and I see it's the same thing business owners. I see so many parents having investing in their kids in things that don't fucking matter. That do not fucking matter whatsoever. There are so many parents that send their kids to the fucking preppy, prestigious fucking, Catholic, Saint Titty fucking Mary of Jesus Catholic school prep for boys. Right? They literally, their family is fucking, they can't afford it, but they're going to fucking do it because it's a status thing, and they think it's going to get them into a good school and fucking whatever. Having to, keeping up with the Joneses. But, at home, it's, the food quality is dog shit. You're going to get the generic fucking cereal, Timmy, because we can't afford it because we're spending so much money on your fucking education. Or, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to, deck you out in the nicest fucking clothes so you can keep up with the rest of the kids in your grade. But we can't afford to get braces on your teeth, so you're just going to have fucking jagged, fucking crooked train wreck mouth for the rest of your life. It's like one of these, and gym owners, the same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. I cannot tell you how many gyms I've walked into that have told me they have financial distress and they have the new Rogue, Caracote colored barbells. They have blue ones for the dudes and pink ones for the girls. And I know how much those fucking barbells cost, but you can't afford a CPA. You don't have anyone doing your taxes. You can't afford a full-time coach. But you had to go buy 10 new Rogue Echo bikes 11 seconds after they hit the website. It just blows me away how in business and parenting I see these similarities where we vote with our dollars, and you'll see parents, in my opinion, some of them vote in a way that doesn't really help the kid. Maybe Johnny doesn't, need to go to school with a $280 LL Bean backpack with his fucking name stitched into the back of it because all the other kids in school have it. Maybe instead what you should have invested in is a fucking, a tutor or some kind of speech doc so he doesn't have that fucking stutter. Today, Timmy, fucking fix that. Just like gym owners, you fuckers, how many gym owners do you know, and you might be one of these fucks, that believe the purchasing of more equipment will make the business better? The purchasing of more equipment. Oh, well, Stu, but have you seen those assault air runners? My God, no, but if we get a few of those, I can start an endurance program that 3 people take advantage of. And dude, no, you're not making enough money with the equipment you have. Why would you buy more? Parents who are constantly buying their kids toys. That's one thing I'm such a dick dad about. I am such a dick dad about this. Gus will be like, I want that. I'm like, no, you have 17 things on the floor at home that you've touched. No, fuck it. I'll get you a box. You can play with the box later. I'm such a dick dad with that stuff. And here's the thing is, if I if I believed it was going to advance her in some way or help her out or make her whatever, sure, 100% all in, whatever. I'll give my last penny to advance her in life, whatever. But just to buy shit because you want to, or because it like just the equipment is the perfect analogy from the parenting, the gym ownership. No, but I really want those new bars, like Oso collars. And if you guys don't know what Oso collars are, they're like, I don't know, $60 fucking $70 collars that go on barbells. When I see gyms that have invested in that, but they don't have any full-time staff, the amount of my insides hurt from laughing internally so hard, I can't even explain. Like, you realize you have like almost half of your salary in this fucking giant Lowe's bucket of Oso collars for your fucking gym, but you can't afford to pay your coaches more than $22.50 an hour, you cheap fuck. The parallels between parenting and business, I'm seeing them every single day. I also see it in the way that they interact with their kid, how they like respond to them. You've got the stereotypical mom beat the living shit out of the kid in the fucking aisle 7 of Walmart because it grabbed the Skittles kind of thing. Like the overly aggressive response, and you have the ones that coddle a little too much. Like, don't worry, honey, it's okay. Like, and the second place trophies, participant award kind of bullshit. And then, you see that in business too. You see the business owner who's like, well, I'm the owner and you're the coach, so I fucking say something, shut the fuck up and do it. How many times I've gotten on a call with a gym owner, and I've got to be nice about it. Like, the dude's paid a lot of money for my time, and I don't want to come off straight as a prick because there's always an underlying reason. But I'll get to something like this. Yeah, so I changed this, and then I had a meeting to tell everyone I changed it, and they all wanted to question me. Like, who are you to question me? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you literally just showed me a P&L of a loss of $32,000 last year. Like, I don't know. Fucking the bum on the street could fucking question you as far as I'm concerned. Like that, that gym owner that just is like, because I'm the owner and you're not, everything I say is infallible. I'm like the Pope. Like, you have to listen to me. Like the parents who are just like, no, you're going to play the fucking clarinet, Timmy, because the clarinet is fucking what you're going to do. I played the clarinet and look how I turned out. You're going to fucking play the clarinet. And then secretly Timmy's fucking plotting his fucking school shooting in the back. He's he knows where all the exits are. It's fucking ridiculous, the parallels I see now between parenting and business ownership. Even when it comes to the things like, let's do this. What would I call this? Kind of the social, kind of drama that occurs amongst parents. Like, any of you guys who have kids and maybe you are on the PTA or you had to do and parents talking about that teacher or parents talking about that other, like the drama that exists is unreal. I fucking go to a little pancake breakfast with daddy, kind of thing, and I've got to sit at a table and I've got to listen to 10 other parents talk shit on 3 teachers who cut recess too short or let them out too long or always wear the same loafers. And then I've got to listen to some, and did you see so-and-so's parents let him wear this? I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Do you motherfuckers not have other things to be doing? Do y'all motherfuckers not have jobs and shit? Like, how is it you're able to keep track of everyone else's stuff? And that's the affiliate owner, the microgym owner too. This business owner that literally knows, oh my God, did you hear what the gym down the street is? So apparently the workout was supposed to be this, and they did this, and then a client did this, and then how do you know the play-by-play? How are you like the Kurt Herbstreit of fucking it's like college game day and you know every fucking thing that just happened in that gym? When I just asked you about why the fuck you haven't promoted such and such coach, and you can't even give me a fucking two-part play-by-play as to why that individual is still in their same role, even though we just came up with a plan to advance them by the end of the year. It drives me up a fucking wall. Guys, mind your own fucking business. Stay in your goddamn lane. There is nothing anyone is doing inside their 4 walls that is going to make you any money. Whether you know it, whether you don't know it. One of the things I do is I only follow on Instagram the either gyms from afar that I really, really like what they're doing social media-wise or the gyms I'm working with. Beyond that, I don't really watch anyone else's stuff, not even in my own local market. And there's a very good reason for that is because I give 0 fucks. Like 0 fucks, if you guys can recall back to the beginning of this episode. I don't have any to give. I sure as fuck don't have any to give my competitors. I barely have enough fucks to give on the fuck ups I have in my own gym. Right? When I mess something up, I give it zero. I have nothing to give that. I'm like, fuck it. All right, I'll do it better next time. I don't dwell. I don't hang out on it. I fucking move the hell on. Right? Parenting, like I see that. I see a parallel there too. Right? So, you're playing with your kid. You're trying to teach them this, that, or the other thing, and you realize you fucked up. Like maybe you responded to your kid negatively. Maybe you yelled, you didn't mean to. Or maybe you fucking, you reacted in a pissy way because you're in a bad mood and they just wanted they wanted to play catch or whatever. And you responded well and you're like, fuck. Give 0 fucks to it. You didn't ruin the kid. The kid's not fucking viscerally damaged. Just give 0 fucks, move on, do it better next time. And again, I hate giving parenting advice because I don't know dick, and I really hope that's not what this is turning into. This is not parenting advice. This is one douchebag in a really ugly fucking t-shirt just making observational observations. God, what a fuck up. Observational observations between these two things. One that I'm brand new in, which is parenting, and another I feel more seasoned in, but I still feel like a fucking rookie, which is owning a business. I think it's good. I think it's healthy for us to draw parallels in different roles we play. And some of you guys who don't have kids, think about whatever else it is you do out there. Maybe, maybe you're a brother, or maybe, you're probably a son or a daughter. Maybe you're you're the cool uncle. Maybe there's a family role, like a hat you wear. Or maybe you do other stuff. I know some gym owners that don't have any kids. They really don't have any family. They coach like middle school lacrosse. And I'm sure you can draw some parallels from those other roles that you play. I know ones that like volunteer at the animal shelter. Draw parallels between your personal roles and that of the business. And what I think you'll really find is you'll start noticing things you're doing in both of them. And it's easier to recognize your flaws looking at yourself in two different roles versus just the one. Right? When you're just like thinking of yourself as the gym owner and you're like, God, why is it I cannot get any of my staff on board with the new programming, with the new class structure, with the new name of the business that we rebranded to? I can't get anyone on board with it. Maybe it's the same way that you can't get your kids on board. Like, you're going to be able to figure out another scenario like, yeah, I kind of do suck at that. Huh. Is it leadership? Is it communication? Right? You'll start being able to narrow down when you start looking at the parallels between different roles that you play. And that's one thing I'm looking at super, super seriously these days. I'm looking at what else I do, and I'm starting to play other roles and other things. So I really want to start, like, I've always had this like concept I want to do this nonprofit. I would really love to start to pursue that. That's a little bit way down the ways, but I even think about like me running my business and how would I be able to work, how would I be able to do a nonprofit, how would I do it better and not make the same mistakes I've made with the business that I do with this thing. What shitty things do I do as a business owner, as a dad, as a son that I don't want to do in this? And I think when you start looking at those different parallels, you really start identifying some of your flaws and weaknesses. Now, again, go back to the beginning of this. Give 0 fucks. Don't dwell on it. Don't be like, God, I'm just shitty at leadership. God, I suck at communication. I can't motivate anybody. I'm not good on camera for social media, whatever the fuck it is. Give 0 fucks. Move on. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. You'll get better. One of the other big lessons, I think as a parent, and I haven't learned this yet because my kid could barely talk, but like, I think about my mom and as a kid, Susan, there was a point where she was really good at knowing like when to pick her battles, like what to argue with me over. So maybe she'd be like, you broke curfew, and you got a C- in this class. Like, which one would she really go after, right? Because she knew if she was going after all of them, I wouldn't listen. I think a lot of you guys as managers in your entrepreneurial role, right? You got 3 roles. You got the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneur. Like, you are all 3 at some point in your business. When you guys are in your manager role, pick those battles. I can't tell you the number of times that your coaches, and I do, yes, your coaches, you guys have, I would love to, because I'd never blow up any of their spotlight on any of them or expose them, but you guys have no idea how many of your coaches DM me. You have no idea. If you have coaches that love my shit, I guarantee they may have DM'd me complaining about you. And maybe it wasn't a full-on complaint, but it was like, yeah, I have this issue where I have this idea or I don't agree with, or I think I see this from another way and the owner won't listen. Or they're literally on my ass for everything. Like, I feel like I can't do anything right. I rarely ever get a good compliment besides, oh, good class. if you're always just pointing out the negatives, whether it's in your kids or in your business and your employees, you are going to get a reputation as someone they don't want to be around. That's just negative as fuck. I recently coached a class here at Urban Movement, and one of the girls in class who I'm pretty cool with, actually, I think, she told Isaac afterwards she didn't want to take another one of my classes. She thought my critique was a little too negative. And I took that to heart, and here's the full transparency. I haven't been coaching a ton. I'm rusty. I do what the fuck gym talk all day. You guys know how I deliver my content to you guys. And then imagine having to flip that when you go in the class and you haven't been coaching, in forever. So she is probably 100% right. There's probably way too much what the fuck gym talk in me when I stepped on that gym floor, which is another reason I'm really excited to get back on the floor and redevelop that coaching empathy that I used to have, and I really believe I do very well. But that made me really think. When you're engaging with somebody, whether it be a member on the floor, you're training and coaching, or whether it's an employee or your kid, what's that distribution like? How many times are you saying the word no? How many times are you saying do it like this? How many times are you saying it could have been better if you did it like this? Try it like that. Why did you do it that way? Versus how many times like, hey, I'm not going to lie, that's not how I thought about doing it, but fuck it, let's see what happens. Hey, I know you've been doing this for a long time, but I just want to let you know that's one of the best classes I've ever seen you coach. Hey, listen, I just want to let you know, I know all you're doing is filling out my social media Excel sheet, or you're just filling out this member intake form, or you're just processing these waivers, but I need to let you know, it means the fucking world to me that you do it, and because it's always, you're always entering it in well and on time, and it just these little things. Even when you fuck it up accidentally, I just want to let you know the fact that you do that for me means the world to me, because it frees me up to do other things. I just want to let you know that I do appreciate you. And shit like that on the parenting side too. I fucking feel like sometimes with Gus, I'm constantly no, don't fucking shove the fork in the electrical outlet. No, quit picking your vagina. No, stop fucking punching that boy in the head. I feel like I'm constantly telling this little baby no. So sometimes I'm telling her yes, because hey, great job. You did a great job eating that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I've never fucking seen anybody eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like you, Gus. You are the shit at eating PB&Js. PB&J king. Queen, whatever. I'm just gonna give compliments because I don't want to be overly negative, because I feel like sometimes obviously I can be. You guys see to my content. I don't mean to be overly negative. I'm just my thing is I like to point out the shit I think everyone's fucking up, and I like to talk about ways to fix it, and my delivery and how I do this, how I talk, I apologize, it's just who I am. I'm not doing it on purpose, but it's just my delivery can sometimes be a little aggressive. Dude, my fucking heroes. Heroes. My management style heroes. House. Yes, from the show House. Gregory House. And Ari from Entourage. Those are my fucking, those two guys. Ask Isaac. I fucking emulated those two guys and how they were just fucking dicks, but they got out of people what they wanted. And I just did. And I mean, for better, worse, no different. That's true. That's 100% real. And so now I look at it and I look through the lens of the parenting thing and I start thinking about it. I'm like, fuck. I need to be a little more empathetic on some things. I need to, let this kid know that, hey, you counted to 7 wrong, but whatever number you said in between 4 and 5 that wasn't even a real number, I don't even know what the fuck it was. I really liked it, and I think I'm going to start using it too. Whatever it may be, dude. Same thing with your employees. So we had the new trainer. She's in development right now, and she comes up to me and Deuce after class the other evening, and she was really hard on herself. She's like, I don't think I didn't hang power clean. I don't think I did really well with. I don't think I managed the clock well. Some of that operational capacity was off, whatever. And I told her, I said, listen, did everybody have a good time? Did everyone have fun? And she goes, yeah, I think so. Everyone was laughing and smiling afterwards. And I'm like, cool. Did you have fun? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's all I fucking care about. I don't give a fuck if you teach the movement wrong. I don't. I truly don't. My level of fucks that I give when it comes to proper fitness technique coaching is 0. Now, I don't want you getting anyone injured. I don't want the spine to look like a fucking cocktailed shrimp or anything like that. But I truly don't give a fuck on whether you are the perfect instructor for the deadlift. I truly don't. I want everyone to have a good time, not get hurt. That's it. Have a good time, not get hurt, have a good workout. If we can just do all these things, I am super happy. Beyond happy. Again, it's probably one of the reasons why I stopped aligning myself as with the CrossFit affiliate model and that kind of scene, because how much emphasis gets put on the technicality of the coaching. Anyway, guys, these are some random ass thoughts that I've been having as a new parent, right? Not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, and the parallels I'm seeing in running my business and then running the Gus, right? Helping her navigate her way through her early years here and making sure she doesn't die. And it's essentially my job. That's your job when you've got a 2-year-old. Make sure they don't die, because everything they try to do, they try to fucking kill themselves. Gus, why do you have to hold daddy's hand in the parking lot? Because cars are big and you are little, right? Urban movement, why do we need to manage the fucking monthly losses and gains and the budgets and this and that? Because without money, we will fucking die, right? CrossFit South End, why did you have to go away? Because the model was evolving, the scene is changing, and if we don't adapt, we will die. You're always there to make sure that the business doesn't die, to make sure your 2-year-old doesn't fucking kill themselves because they want to somersault down the steps. That's the name of the game. And again, those of you guys who don't have parents, maybe you have dogs or cats. Cats are kind of fucking weird. But if you get dogs, maybe that's cool. Just don't let them in your fucking gym. But maybe you'll be able to draw some parallels to that. Guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Talking to Myself. Hit me up with the comments below. If you got any funny fucking parenting stories related to business, I'd love to fucking hear them. Peace out.
When there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely night.